One thing that we know about relationships is that relationships are going to experience conflicts. Conflicts do not have to become resistance in the relationship. You don't want resistance in relationships because relationships uh, survive and function based upon resonance, right? And harmony. But the conflicts come up to help us show us something about the overall relationship, show us something about us as individuals, and show us what our collective selves represent. Okay, and so again, the universe has a way to bring these things because the universe is always trying to keep things in balance. It desires everything to move in a sense of harmony, but it has dual parts that goes on. So conflicts are going to happen, right? But the strength of relationship is based upon the state of agreements that it is functioning. But it doesn't mean it doesn't have disagreements. Okay. So because the end of the day is the disagreement is actually going to contribute to the harmonization of the relationship. That's why the maybe disagreements or the conflict has come up. They didn't come up to sever the relationship. They came up to help bring you to a better awareness to strengthen the harmony. But when you let it convert into resistance, that's when you begin to see the relationships begin to tarnish and begin to go sour and get toxic and etc. as what most people vent about. All right. So what I want to bring out is something that a lot of us can identify with and use as an example using the reflective elements to show you how it can help you out. Now, a lot of times in relationships, we begin to experience a lot of emotional clashing. The emotional clashing um, is actually of a water element, okay? And so, because we know that, the first thing we need to ask is, in the midst of this emotional clashing, what truths are being resisted? Are we open to receive an inspired truth, right? Because we need something higher than the situation at that moment when the emotional clashing is going on, okay? Obviously, the emotional clashing is there, so obviously the truth is not openly be welcome. The truth is present, but we have to begin to decode and deduce things out the way so we can begin to recognize the truth. And this is where the reflective process comes into play. So emotional clashing is of the water element. And so what helps counterbalance the water element is actually the earth element. And so when we get into the earth element, we're going to begin to look at certain reflective questions and begin to question the foundation, right? Is the foundation off in a particular area where the clashing is happening at? Is the ideas, is the behaviors, or whatever is off, everything associated with the foundation, is that off? Then you begin to look at what is not secure, what don't feel secure, or what is a threat to the security of the relationship, because that's where part of the emotional clashing might be coming from. All right. So one thing is this for visual understanding. The reason why you revert, to where you begin to use the earth element to help bring about some understanding about the emotional clashing is because when the emotional clash is happening, just picture water is raging. You can't see clearly. All right. So what you want to do is bring in a foundation. You got to bring something in the foundation so the water can reconform to something being stable. So that way everybody can see things clearly.